Alrighty. Cool. All right. Welcome to the first session of Go at Siren Song, A Mountain Remorse. We have some players around the table. Let's go around and go with Yuri.
Hello, my name is Ishi or Yuri in this game, and I'm piloting the Viceroy mech named Leroy. He is a missiles user in CQB range, and he is also the team leader and vanguard of the team.
What's the team name?
The team's name is Vanguard.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's what it is.
Wait,
That's what it is. We changed it.
I'm sorry. Safeguard.
Safeguard
Sorry.
Vanguard. You
Oh,
got
geez, we're being quizzed. There's a quiz. Oh, God.
Don't close the page like I did, y'all.
I closed on me. I didn't get to close it.
Oh God.
Next up, Suzanne.
Hello, I'm Suzanne. I am the field analyst and combat support for this mess of a team. And yeah.
Piloting the kid?
Yeah, we're piloting a kid and built, mostly for tech support actions because kid does not have deployables at license level 2.
Nice. Suzanne, I have an important question for you. Do you expect any of your teammates to die on this mission? And what are the contingency plans if they do perish?
Well, I do know if any of their mechs go down, they're gonna die because I'm gonna kill them.
Oh my god.
What?
Because I'm the one that repairs their stupid things.
Oh goodness.
It's a 3-player campaign.
So, I don't expect any deaths on this mission. Hopefully no one's mech ends up getting destroyed because those take fucking forever to fix.
They do.
Yes, I know printing exists, but you have to do system checks and they're annoying.
Yes, exactly. The infamous system checks. All right, who's next? Marco. Who are you? What are you piloting?
Hello, I'm Shogun. I'm playing Marco Pacman. My mech is. I had to ask how to pronounce this. Is it Impakai?
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, Ipakai.
Did I butcher
yeah,
that?
No, Ipakai.
Say that again?
You said it a little more cultural.
Impakai?
It's Ipakai. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm piloting an Empakai. I am the team's close quarters specialist with my threat form arm.
Yes.
Nothing is free from these grapples. Grapples for days.
Big nasty. Was there something that you took from home to like a keepsake or a postcard or something to remind you of your family or something?
Marco has the certification letter from the academy that he was in that got shut down for being discredited.
You went to DeVry.
Yeah, because he didn't have any prior military experience, and he's like, I want to live a life of glory. I want to be a pilot, a lancer. He found an academy that puts you right from civilian to pilot and skips the military training in the middle. And after he graduated, they're like, that's fucking stupid. And so no military actually took him in. So now he's a mercenary. This is the first time he's ever seen combat. So don't ask me why he's the close quarters specialist.
Impressive. Probably because they also call it close quarters specialist fodder. So I mean, you know.
Respect. Now with this big ass arm, I'll show y'all with this.
You'll be able to do it.
I'll show y'all the story. I'll be able to do it.
Nikolai. Joshua.
Nicola. Hey y'all, how I'm doing? I'm Darn Robo. I'm playing my boy Nikolai. He is the team's warfare and communications specialist. He's also piloting a goblin that's a clown. I think that's all you need to know. Get the gist.
Nice. Oh, god damn it, Marco. Why do you?
I got this. Yeah. You're good.
Okay, so Joshua and Yuri, this is a question for both of you. What are you expecting on this mission? Anything you're scared of? Anything you're excited about?
At the start, I don't really expect too much. We're just probably gonna do a little bit of surveillance first. I do expect resistance moving forward, but I do feel that we are gonna be able to make a clean mission at the end of the day, and everyone's gonna be able to get out alive with their mechs covered in enemy's blood.
Oh, all right. That's some Mirrowsmoke shit. What about you, Joshua?
Nikolai about skimmed through the dossier for this. Yeah, he get the gist. Go there, find some people. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? Well. As you say that, oh yeah, my name is GM Shaka and I do stuff. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's get stuff started. Boom. Let's change this music. So, where you all find yourselves, as I turn the music down, is on a lonely IPSN freighter in the Sierra Madre line. 4 or 5 or 6 lines, I don't really know how many. Lines outside of a cradle. You all are on this freighter. It's an IPSN freighter transport. And I will show you right now. You're on this freighter headed to the planet or a sector of space controlled by the SSC called Ashura, or affectionately called the Farm. You all probably know from your dossiers that in the Farm, what they do is perfect the human genome. They try the human genome and put it through rigorous tests to make sure that it's performing up to snuff. And it's the Farm's littered by millions and hundreds and a lot of big numbers of planets that have really inhospitable atmospheres and for other or radiation or whatever. And SSC's whole mission is to perfect the human genome to survive in those environments, so they can then market them and sell them to the rest of Union for reasons, because that's what they do. So, anyways, you guys know that. And as you're headed to the Farm, and in the Farm, the planet Kibo, and I imagine you guys are like reading this over, maybe Nikolai, you're not reading this over in your dossier. You all are approached by your host, Dave, the subaltern that is manning this lonely IPSN freighter with you four. And they have a blue sticker on their shoulder, kind of shoulder, but like their chest area, kind of plastered hastily. And it's spelled DAV3. And they come up to, I'll say probably Marco. They see Marco, probably Marco. Where do you think you are in this little freighter?
Marco is just in a. I like to say he's chilling with Nikolai, following him around, asking him a ton of questions and trying to read off it. It's like, deputy leader, I don't think it's the best idea that you're just not looking through it. You might want to actually look at this. This is some important stuff.
Listen. Whatever these nerds that wrote this down, they don't know what it's like down there.
Dave comes up to you too and says, "Hello, my name is Dave. You probably already know that. Are you all ready? We're approaching the planet Kibo. Have you read your dossiers?
Hell yeah, we ready.
There will be a pop quiz.
Fuck.
Oh, what about the rest of you all? Where are they? Yuri and Susan, I believe their name was.
No need to shout. We're here.
Oh. Dave kind of moves in. If a subaltern could get startled, this subaltern is definitely startled. They say, "Oh, don't sneak up on me like that. I was liable to take you out with one fell swoop."
Consider me lucky then.
All right. Well, you all, your patron, they'll be contacting you all shortly. I recommend you all go into the comms room. It's just over there. And they basically point at a closet. This is a pretty shitty IPSN freighter, and it's like it's got bare bone type stuff. Like you guys' bunks fold out of the walls, and the comms room is just probably like a 6x6. It's a really small room, barely big enough for 4 adults. And Dave says, "Please go to our very luxurious comms room and wait for your patrons to call."
All right, you heard the man, bot. Let's move.
Would you all like any coffee? It's 3 days old.
Sure.
Any other requests? A Salisbury steak?
You're
What?
fine, Dave. We've already eaten breakfast.
Very well. I'll be around.
I like
All
that
right.
guy. He's nice.
He was so friendly.
So you all are called to the comms room. Do. It's tight and square, barely enough room to fit 4 adults, but nonetheless, your group squares off one by one. You may bump shoulders to get a kind of a view of this little square window that looks out on the planet Kibo. It is a small, gleaming green jewel. You all know that the planet Kibo has an exceptionally scarce atmosphere. I'm just going to show you this. I really don't know where the art comes from, so I don't know. Apparently the planet's name is Infinity. But this looks just like Kibo. It's got a bunch of green scars all around the planet. These are essentially chasms that where the oxygen level is actually breathable by people who don't have genomes enhanced by the SSC. But anywhere else on the planet you go, you'll definitely need a heart suit or you'll suffocate shortly. And even in the chasms, you'll need some type of oxygen of some sorts, or you can't be doing any rigorous activities, or you'll likely throw up, and lung failure or harm might be pretty liable in mere hours. But yeah, that's the planet y'all see in the window, and behind you all, or on the opposite side of the wall, is a large screen. It's pretty jankily built. There's probably some tape around the edges. IPSN doesn't have a lot of money in this sector of space for some reason. And you see a logo of a snake eating itself, just kind of paused there. And then the bottom right, it says SSC, and then it has three more letters, FBD.
Okay.
It seems like
What
it's
is
like...
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
What does FBD stand for?
I don't know. Does your compatriots know?
He's asking him, like, what is...
No.
No.
Oh, all right then. Probably not important.
Dave comes back with a 3-day-old coffee and says, anything? Who would like a cup? I only have 1.5.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Real quick, what do these few letters mean? He points at him.
The SSC's Foreign Bodies Division. They're the ones that run the genetic programs in the farm. Did you not read your dossiers?
I was quizzing you, Dave. I know what's going on.
Humor. Ha, love it. And he sets down the coffee cups. He sets down the coffee cups and walks away.
Humor. Love it.
Take it out one day again. Otherwise,
Alrighty, so yeah, he sets down the coffee cups and the screen begins to fizzle on as the logo disappears of SSC, and the snake eating itself logo disappears, and what replaces it are 2 faces, obviously not in the same location. They are geneticist Pet Nook and geneticist and constellar administrator over the whole entire farm, Tomo Odeshi. They look like Pet Nook is half paying attention to as the screen kind of comes on. He's kind of staring at some charts and stuff he seems like he's in a lab and kind of like staring at some charts and doing some calculations. Tomo Odeshi is sitting behind a desk, and to the right of them is a subaltern that just kind of standing there, and it's kind of got like a suit on and some nice like kind of dress and whatnot. Tomo seems pretty. It's kind of like they're kind of like laid back and sitting backwards with their hand kind of in the air, like just like in the picture, and they say to you, efficiency and accuracy. That is what I require. Are you all prepared to finish out this mission where that lot, Mirrowsmoke, could not?
We'll certainly do our best to be as much of a surgical knife as you need us to be.
Is your best enough to ensure the efficiency and accuracy of what I'm talking about? I do not hire mercenaries who aren't able to finish the job.
Well, you've hired us, haven't you? So that should answer your question. Clearly, we have some renown of worth.
The Mirrowsmoke Mercenaries company recommended you. You come with high claim. Some call you all Lancers, which is yet to be seen.
A
With
bead
all
of
due
sweat.
Go ahead.
A bead of sweat goes down Marco's head. Where the hell did she at? Where the hell did he at? I was a Lancer.
Oh,
I suppose you'll just have to sit back and trust that we can do our jobs.
Pet Nook chimes in and says, "We do trust you. I hope you all know that this mission is of grave importance. We know that your company wants you to retrieve and find the missing Lighthouse team. They unfortunately lost 2 weeks ago. I trust you. I must remind you that it is incredibly important you return my tool to me. My NHP has wandered off, and I cannot do my work without it."
Of course, completely understandable, sir. I do promise, too, that we will do our utmost to ensure that this happens as relatively quickly as possible.
I like that. Well, when you arrive, report to my offices, my laboratory. I'd like to talk to more of you about the mission that Lighthouse was on and how you might go about finishing it.
That would be most appreciated. Any intel we can get beforehand would greatly appreciate us or assist us with our efforts.
And then Pet Nook kind of like coughs a little bit and says, "You see that, Tomo? Professionals." Then Tomo just kind of like acts very disinterested.
Would that be all, gentlemen?
Tomo chimes in again and says, "Yes, I think that will be all. We will not speak again. You are to work with Pet Nook. Ensure that their NHP, our NHP, Chaga, is returned." And they show you, flash you a picture of Chaga, which is like the NHP for the facility. It is of premier importance. You see, Chaga has exceptional talent in the prediction, forecasting, and development of the Neptus Serena gene line. That gene line that allows for reduced oxygen consumption. It is quite applicable across the Orion arm, as you would imagine. I say this to say it is extremely important you return this NHP to us. It is our most vital tool in this part of the farm.
Of course, something like this sounds extremely useful, especially for this types of systems.
Exactly. Any other questions? My time is short, and I must leave.
I personally cannot think of any at the moment, so with that being said, I do appreciate your time and efforts and with your guidance.
Very well. I wish you all the best. And then as Tomo kind of sits up, a person kind of walks into their field of view and their screen that you see. They look like a... Actually, someone give me a... does anyone have like a read a situation skill trigger?
No, not me.
Does anyone have spot?
I have 2 in spot.
Yeah, roll me spot, Joshua.
That ain't Joshua.
Pancho, whatever. What's your name? What's your character's name? Marco. Yeah.
Marco. 1 sec.
So double click your
Oh,
character
jeez.
sheet.
What?
Double click your
Oh,
character sheet.
thank you.
Yep.
Alright, that's your pilot narrative. Spot. Roll. What's happening?
Nice.
Okay.
15. Yes.
We take a 15.
Yeah, you notice that the person that approached into Tomo's kind of field of view or their screen, the projection, looks to be what you would assume a Constellar Midnight. So they're essentially SSC's secret ops. You can tell this because of their armor. Their heart suit looks more like a living organism. It's almost like rippling, and it looks like it has the grooves of like a tree or skin, like on like the palm of your hand. It just kind of looks like it's rippling and moving, and they definitely have weapons equipped to them. But as you see them, those two meet, Tomo's screen fizzles out.
Did
And, go ahead.
was that SSC Spec Ops?
What's that? You saw something?
Yeah, right before they cut. That was SSC's Spec Ops had just walked in. Just what like as they were approaching, was it like did they seem like they were showing any sort of threat or violence to them?
No, it was like a reporting, like a superior to a underling to a superior type situation.
Okay. Do you guys think that we might be able to fight with them, or that we might see them while we're out there?
Are you sure you didn't have any of the 3-day-old coffee? Takes a sip.
No.
Regardless, if
Michael
you guys
turns
get,
around.
SSC would not be hiring us if they had Constellar Midnight operatives available to do this job. I assure you. I hope to God we don't see them.
Regardless of whether we see them or not, it does not change our mission or the intensity of it.
Yeah. Pet Nook chimes in and says, "Exactly, Yuri. I'm glad to know you all are resolute in your job. Tomo is, ignore them. I am to be your point of contact. We will make sure this job is done. You see, in HP Chaga, I care for them dearly. They are my most vital tool. I cannot have another. I cannot replace it. I will talk to you all when you arrive. Farewell." And then he comes out.
Have a good day.
See you, boss.
You said that was Pensionato? That was
Pet
telling
Nook.
us?
Yes, that was Pet
Or
Nook.
Pet Nook, sorry.
So the difference between two of them is Tomo is the superior. They're in charge of all the genetic emissions across the farm, which is a collection of maybe some millions of people. And then Tomo just runs one of these small programs, which his charge is probably like 100,000 people.
Okay.
All right.
So Dave comes back around and says, "Did I miss the movie?"
Regrettably, yes.
Well,
But there wasn't too much. We'll fill you in.
all right. Unfortunately, you'll have to act quick. I'm going to start landing your ship upon the planet Kibo. I recommend you all put your hard suits on and strap in. You can get kind of woozy on the way down. The oxygen level is 0.009 that of Cradle's atmospheric pressure.
All right, team. You heard the man. Let's suit up.
All right.
Then Yuri's gonna obviously go to don his gear.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Susan goes, make sure all the frames are strapped in properly. Get suited up.
Alrighty. Are you guys gonna trust Dave to land? You all? Or you?
I mean, can I use show off 4 to land?
You can, yes, if you want.
Nikolai does a flip.
I do a barrel roll before landing.
Yes, you could totally. If you want to roll show off, yeah, go ahead and roll me some show off to.
Let's
to
see.
land
What's
your
the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can
ship.
happen?
What's the worst that
Oh
can
God!
That
You
is.
said the words.
I was about to say, if bro nat ones, we all die.
You're
All
right,
right,
well,
to
Nikolai-
and take control.
That is a failure. That is a
The
failure.
coffee kicks in.
Dave looks at you and says, "Please do not touch the controls. Please back up. I got this." And they just kind of give you a little shove.
Oh,
They
I
won't let you.
wanted to fly the plane.
They won't let you fly the plane. Nikolai, you did notice one thing though. As you approached the terminal of your freighter, where Dave was at, there seemed to be an incoming message. It seems something that Dave was unaware of. You can patch into the ship's comms if you want.
Yeah. Nikolai plugs his aux cord in real quick for his earbuds. Let's hear this.
Alrighty.
This beats by Dre.
It appears to be from an individual just going by the name Union. It says that it's a recorded message. It seems like it says, "Lancers, welcome to the farm. There's a great evil here, and we will root it out together. My name is Redacted. I'm awaiting your arrival here on Kibo's Bafaro facility. But for now, you must play the role. You have been contacted by 2 of SSC's representatives. Listen to them. Do their mission. But in so doing, you will be my eyes, my feet, and my hands. For we will pluck out this evil together, and all those that fuel its malice. See you soon.
Did we all hear this, or is it just
Only you.
Only me? Hey, so are these open comms? He has Dave this. Hey, is this open comms? Can everyone chime in? Tell us something here.
I that's what that light was. Thanks for fixing
Oh yeah,
it.
Don't worry. No issue. Probably it was nothing important. Don't worry.
Oh.
He looks to the rest of his team. He's like wide-eyed, like it was.
What'd you hear?
Some guy from Union. His title was from Union. Telling us most of it was just listen to our bosses. Pet Nook and Toma. Also something about getting rid of a great evil, but nothing important.
Okay. Well, that's not exactly actionable, but
Cool.
Like I said, it's probably a prank call.
Yeah, probably pretty
maybe.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
the name of Union is already a bit odd.
Just a little.
Just a
But
little.
we probably good. What's the worst that could happen?
Dave jerks the ship.
I-
Coming in for a landing.
Oh,
Strap up.
The coffee spilling everywhere. Oh god! Oh god!
Sorry, Lancers. Here we go. So, anyways, Dave, you all are probably somewhere around Kibo's moon when you took that call. So you're in orbit, and Dave starts the landing procedures. Landing on a world that has a low oxygen, or extremely low atmosphere is pretty different from probably something you've experienced in the past. It's a faster descent than normal because there's less there to slow you down. But you all know, or maybe you don't know, that upon your trajectory where you're headed, the landing pad is something SSC is outfitted to ensure to be specialized to this planet's like geography or like its conditions or whatever. Yeah, atmosphere. So as your ship kind of comes down, it's like almost an instant. It's seconds from orbit down to we'll say not seconds, maybe like a minute from like orbit down to the landing pad. It's extremely fast, but as you reach the bottom, it's almost like stillness, like complete stillness. And maybe you all didn't realize you land until you look out a window and you see you are on Kibo, the Bafaro facility. It seems SSC has outfitted this platform, your landing platform, with several kiloton kinetic absorption linings that are specially made for this planet because you know that it's pretty hard to land here.
So you're saying the landing was unexpectedly sudden but painless?
Yes, exactly. Yes. That was your landing.
Nice.
Nice.
Yuri's gonna pat Dave on the back. Nice work.
Oh, I powered down. What happened?
Nothing. You did a great job, Dave.
Oh, thank you so much. All right.
How are we alive?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're almost dying and we haven't even dropped in.
All right, so
Oh
here we
man,
go.
and I got Nikolai's coffee on me. Oh man.
It's all right. Don't. You can have. He takes the pitcher. It's like maybe a third of a cup of coffee. Pours the rest.
I don't want coffee, it was hot.
It was 3 days
It's
old.
supposed
That was
to be
hot.
hot.
No, it was still hot, it just tasted like garbage. I got some in my mouth. I think that was the worst part.
Coffee in the mouth? Oh no. So yeah, as you all
Dave,
arrive,
fast coffee.
yeah, as you all arrive, your drop ships or your freighter's doors kind of open up, and Dave says, "All right, good knowing you all. See you much later. Farewell."
Gonna give him
Farewell.
a 2-finger salute, chow. And start heading to, yeah.
All right. As you walk out, you see a rush of maybe several 30 or 40 folks, SSC citizens, looking very similar to the folks in the image here. They rush up without any oxygen mask, without any hard suits, and they look like hummingbirds in flight. Some of them are playing in the yard. The ones that are coming up to you all are coming to help you all with your gear and whatnot. And one comes up to you all and says, as they like come up, you see them through your hard suits visor. It says that the air here is exceptionally light today. And if you were to take off your helmet, you'd probably really start feeling bad, nauseous after maybe like 30 minutes or so. But anyways, they come up to you and say, "Hello, hey, how are you all doing? We heard that there were Mirrowsmoke replacements coming. I'm assuming you all are them."
This is correct, and thank you for the warm welcomes, by the way.
Oh, no worries. We brought people to help you with your gear. If you have any luggage or anything, we can take care of you. We also we've heard that Dave has been a little unhospitable in the past. We have pretty much anything you would need. Exquisite. SSC spares no expense for those that are under our employ.
We appreciate it very much. Thank you.
No problem. Well, good.
Where do you know which facility we are meant to go to for
Yes.
our meeting?
Yes, you all are to report to Pet Nook's laboratory. It's the orange, maroon, blue, golden building, just beyond the rise over there. And they kind of point in direction to the building that you see. It's Pet Nook's laboratory. It's one of their laboratories. They have a collection of laboratories. Where you all are at the chasm, the base of this chasm that stretches for miles in either direction. So does the facility, although it's a little sparsed out. But yeah, they point to Pet Nook's laboratory. Yeah, they'll grab your gear if you'll let them.
I see. Thank you. I can handle my gear though. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't worry. I have a drone that can handle the gear.
Whoa, impressive. What's its name?
Shit.
I'm sorry. One second. Nikolai, I don't know if have you guys been able to hear Nick for a minute?
No.
No.
Okay, because I can hear him talking in the other room. One sec. Let me run over and try to help him out with his mic.
Okay.
Oh.
And another one's gone. And another.
Oh god. Out of character. I am not good at names on the spot.
We'll call it Army. We'll call your drone Army.
But I have a third arm as well.
We'll call him Lefty. We'll call him Leggy.
All right.
Out of game. Were we supposed to actually get like some dossier or something?
Yeah, you all would have had your dossier.
You know, Mike.
No, like what dossier?
Mic check.
What do
1, 2.
Yeah, we can hear you, Nick, barely though.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, wait, no, barely. How about
Yeah,
now?
Now we can hear you better.
Okay, that's good shit. Yeah, Nikolai also just grabs like, I imagine he overpacked like 7 bags. Luckily, he has 2 tertiary arms.
Okay. All right. Alexa, stop. Yeah, so you're carrying some of the bags and maybe the folks here are helping you with a couple other ones.
A handful, like the 1 bag he couldn't.
Okay, cool. Another kind of personnel, with a staff here, comes up to you all, and they're a little bit more armored. They have a couple weapons on them, just small daggers and probably a machete. No guns or anything, and they look a little more weathered than the rest of these people, and a little more serious. And they come up to you all and say, "You all are mercenaries, huh?"
That we are. Don't like us?
No. Just
Well,
curious.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I do assure you we are here simply to do a job and we mean you no harm.
The last ones, they went up and ran off. Lost dogs out in the wilderness. You think y'all do better?
We aim to. That's the only thing we can promise.
He looks at one of the other one of you all and says, "Is he the only one that does the speaking, or are you all mutes?"
He's kind of the boss right now, so like at least for as long as he lasts, I'm after. But you know, yeah.
Well, anyways, Pet Nook asked me to take your mech orders. We have a printer, Schedule 2. Print your mechs up right. What do you all need?
Viceroy.
Done.
This specific goblin.
Oh, excuse me.
Paint design and all that.
Is this for a birthday party?
Surprisingly, no. It works. Trust me. No one expects to see a clown in combat. It always works.
Okay. Sure. Done. What about the rest of you?
All right. I have a kid, and sends the file over.
What is? I don't see a kid around. Your son? You have a son around here? A daughter?
IPSN kid. It's one of their anti-E warfare. We already have the satellite in orbit.
Oh, yeah, of course. I knew that. Yeah. Got it. Done. And the other one. And Marco. Is Marco there?
Hi, yes.
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
Yeah. If you're in the Impakai, your mech right now you would know that it's being shown off by its creator out in the expanse, in the mountain ranges of the Kimawinsi range. You'll have to talk to them to get it. It's already printed. You have to talk to them to get it.
All right. He just doesn't. Oh, I was told that mine was already printed. It's out on a showcase.
Oh, you must be with that artist. And he puts quotes around artist.
What is there anything wrong with it? It could still fight, right? I'm not just gonna be like walking around in an art piece.
I'll just say good luck talking to them. You should bring earplugs.
All right. Okay.
And this individual addresses himself as the name's Drake, by the way. Call me if you need to learn how to pilot your mechs. I can show you a few things.
Appreciate the offer very much. Thank you.
Thank you. The moment he leaves, Nikolai turns to the rest of his group. That guy was kind of an ass. He called my
Like, what was he shit talking my mech for? He has for what? What does he get out of him?
It
Clown's
sounds
cool,
like he
right,
has
guys?
less issue with. Sounds like he has less issue with your mech, Marco, than with the person who's currently piloting it, which is not you.
No, why is he being so rude to me?
Everyone's got their issues, all right? Nothing against them. They probably all have their own hardships to worry about. They don't need to be worrying about ours, too.
Yeah. Still kind of a jerk, though.
Give them time. I'm sure everyone will loosen up a little bit once we show them that we're here to help.
Gotcha. Well, Drake walks off, and one of the people that are helping you off with your luggage, and you notice something on Drake, like on their hard suit. There's a few letters that look very stylized, kind of engraved in gold, and it says Nightshade. And you probably realize from the people that have been helping with your luggage, it says Morning Dew. Seems like there are two groups of people on this facility.
Huh.
Was Nightshade the one that was the Spec Ops team?
They were super spec ops. They were like Nightshade, Drake, the guy that just approached, he just looks like a general like combatant. Security of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. When we get a moment, I'm probably gonna look into that and try to figure out what exactly that division is.
Got you. You all are expected to report to Pet Nook's laboratory pronto, and the people that are with you will probably they'll probably say, "Hey, it's over here," but you don't have to do anything immediately. But it's expected that you go there fairly soon.
So we do have time to look
Yeah,
around and
probably like 30 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah. Suzanne is gonna go ask around, try to figure out what exactly is the difference between Morning Dew and Nightshade, the two groups we've seen.
How do you want to do that?
What trigger?
Well, like how are you doing it like narratively? Like you asking somebody? Are you looking through like files, or are you just observing them?
Looking through files. Trying to see. Yeah, looking through files mostly.
Okay. As you start to log into the Asheran Constellar Assembly, which is the local Omninet over the farm, you get a red screen that pops up and says access not granted by Pet Nook.
All right. Uh, all right. She sighs and closes the connection
Okay.
and keeps her. And yeah.
What about the rest of y'all?
So where exactly is all of our gear being taken to?
Where your temporary lodging, almost like your little hotel. It's extravagant and very nice, and it's probably the best bed you'll ever sleep on in your entire life.
God
Oh,
damn.
wow.
Okay.
Shit. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. All right.
Yeah,
All
SSC
right.
guys. SSC just spares no expense. They're literally
So-
perfecting the human genome. They have to make sure that it's all good.
They're the corporation that figured out artificial scarcity in the post-scarcity setting.
Yeah.
God damn.
Read the description for shock knives.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, SSC definitely invented NFTs for sure.
What?
Standard.
Yeah. So
So anything else you
You
guys
said
want to do?
NFT?
Yeah, NFTs, yeah, you know, because it's like artificial scarcity. It's like you can only buy a certain, like you can have 1 million NFTs. It doesn't really matter.
Wait, let me do-
yeah. Suzanne's wants to go to Pet Nook's lab. What's the name of that lab, by the way? Missed it.
The lab itself.
hmm
Good question.
If it's not important, it's fine. I'm just notes.
We'll just call it Pet Nook's lab.
Okay.
So other than that, then, if there's no real like urgency at the moment, Yuri would like to go and speak to one of the locals nearby and ask them about how their breathing, I guess, works with the oxygen situation the way it is here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll say you go up to one of the folks that actually weren't helping you with your luggage, and it looks like they're off in like a kind of like a small farm plot, almost like a community farm. Looks like they're kind of picking greens. They see you kind of walking around the campus, and they say, "Hey, mercenary, come here. I need some help."
Of course. What can I do for you?
Hey, my name's Darling. Could you help me pull this this green out? It's really stuck in this plot.
Oh, absolutely. Here. He's gonna take both his hands and wrap around the base of it as much as he can.
Nice. You yank this thing out, and you realize this greens has like roots that stretch maybe like 3 feet deep. It's exceptionally robust and a good pull essentially. And she says, "God, you're so strong." And obviously you're in a hard suit, but she's like, "You're strong. I see why they called you here. The name's Darling." I said that already. What's yours?
Pleasure to meet you. Name's Yuri. Glad to be here.
She's a little scared to shake your hands with how you pulled out that green.
My apologies. I'm gonna like dust my hand off on the suit.
Yeah.
Like the suit leg and then reach for the hand again.
She'll shake your hand and says, so you all are here to replace the Team Lighthouse?"
We are certainly going to do what we can to accomplish what they did not.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. We lost Chaga. They were a good friend.
Do they sound like sincere about that, or does it seem like they're like trying to?
Like they don't know if they should consider them a friend. Like it's like a weird like. It's just weird. Yeah, it's like weird.
All right, but yeah, so you're just gonna go along with it and be like, don't worry, we are the reason why we're here is to ensure that we retrieve them.
Well, I sure hope so. Without Chaga, there's no way that the Neptus gene line can survive. Pet Nook can only do so much on himself. He's quite old. Chaga is invaluable.
Yes, it's definitely nice to have NHPs assisting us in the ways we cannot anymore.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're great tools.
Yes, they are definitely interesting individuals.
Yeah, individuals. Well, I don't want to keep you. Is there anything else I can do for you? Actually, if you have time after talking with Pet Nook, maybe you can come help me. There's some other goods that we can pull out of the Kimowinsi range. You'll need your hard suit, of course.
Of course, time constraints willing, we'll definitely do what we can to assist as much as we can while we're here.
Great. Well, it's great meeting you.
And meeting you as well. Have a great day.
Farewell. And so yeah, you walk off, and they continue to pull greens and such, put it in a basket or such. What about the rest of y'all?
Let's learn about this motherfucker, Chaga.
How are you doing that?
They go mainly to the lab. They're kind of just maybe asking around about them, going to the lab mainly to like, okay, this is where the lab is. It's probably where he mainly worked.
Oh, to Pet Nook's laboratory? Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
There you go. Does anyone else want to go to Pet Nook's laboratory?
If it coincides with after I do what I did, then yeah.
Oh, what'd you say? I cut out for a second.
If that coincides with after me doing what I did, then sure. But if that's going along at the same time as what I'm doing, then
Yeah,
obviously not.
it'd be after. Yeah, you'd probably see them kind of like, if whoever's heading to Pet Nook's laboratory, you would see them kind of walking behind you as you're talking to Darling.
Right.
Yeah. Suzanne's heading to Pet Nook's lab as well.
Okay. Cool. Is Mark? Can we still hear Marco? I can't.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just
All right.
quiet.
All right,
I'm
you're
just
good.
listening.
All right, good.
Would we have time for me to be able to talk to these really talkative art people after we
Yes.
go to the lab, or is that something we should deal with before?
You all will likely get downtime after you talk with Pet Nook. Yeah, so you'll have time
Okay.
to like, acclimate yourselves.
Cool beans.
I
can wait
Josh.
then.
Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I can wait.
Okay.
We can go to the lab first.
Joshua, as you head over to Pet Nook's laboratory, you get another indication from this union. This time they're contacting you directly. Somehow they have your comm signal, and yeah, they apparently have a message for you, or are attempting to contact you. It's not important or not pressing, but it'll continue to ping on your comms. Nikolai or Josh, we can't hear you.
Repeat that again. Sorry, I think I cut out for a second.
What is that?
Repeat that again. I think I cut out for a second.
Oh, okay. You get a comms from this union again, and they contacted your comms channel specifically. Somehow they've hacked into to Mirrowsmoke Mercenary Company comms.
Oh, God damn it! These prank callers are getting way too ingenious. Answers.
Yeah, you got car insurance.
You know you can save 75% on fucking Oris car insurance.
Did you say
Damn,
you
I
answered
was
it?
about to ask.
Yeah, I answered it.
All right. This time you do see an image of this individual, and this is like, they comment to you, and you pull it up mid-stride, and kind of halfway between where you landed and where Pet Nook's laboratory is. Maybe your teammates can see. Who knows? If you're being discreet, maybe not. Let me see if I can find them. Yes, they look like so. Kind of popping up on a hollow projection. They say, so you've made it. Good. Tell me, how is your breathing?
we're still in the hard suits, right? That's what helping us breathe.
Yes. Or you could take off your hard suit, but you're gonna be breathing pretty hard.
I'm like, I'm staying in the hard. Thanks. My breathing's doing all right. I'm still in the hard suit because I can't really. The air, you know.
Good. You must have questions. I told you about this evil. I will ask you. There is something that you will do for me, and that is rooting out this evil. Once you're done talking with Pet Nook, meet me out and these coordinates. And she sends you the coordinates there. It's probably somewhere around maybe a kilometer from your location up in the mountains. And she says, I have much to discuss with you.
Thank you. Turns off the comms. And he doesn't turn off the comms. He's like, thank you for that. That all?
That is all. I must be brief. I feel there are eyes prying.
Got it. He turns it off. That's weird as hell. Time to go to the lab.
Alrighty. So all you all at the labs?
I think that's 4-4.
Alrighty. I don't think I have a picture of the Pet Nook's laboratory, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination on this one.
Do fucking Professor Oak's lab.
Yeah, right. So, Pet Nook's labs are a collection of trapezoidal buildings nestled in the heart of the Bafara facility. Entering them, one is exposed to a stellar gallery of specialty instruments and tools. Upon each counter, a series of tests run at a pace that seems to process several thousand calculations in an instant. Pet Nook is there, partially obscured and squatting behind one of these machines in deep contemplation with charts and holographic oscillations in his field of view. He notices you and starts in on the obvious and says, Chaga is lost. I'm glad you all made it here safe. You will find my lost tool, will you not?
That's what we're here for.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, I am here to answer them all. But be brief. My work here, without Chaga present, is quite pressing. And he pays like half attention to you all as he's like staring at a genome oscillation in front of his field of view. So you all can ask questions about pretty much anything. He has responses that I will summarize for you all. You can ask about Team Lighthouse. You can ask about the planet's history. You can ask about the Neptus genome. You can ask about Chaga. Anything, really.
All right. First things first. Where was the last sighting of Chaga, or of the Chaga? Yes.
I am afraid I do not know. You'll have to ask one of the staff of Morning Dew. They deal with the NHP more on the day-to-day levels more than I do. To me, I expect results. I do not care for their personal day-to-day dealings. They turn in results, that's all I care for.
Gotcha. Then I'm assuming that means you do not know the last things that the unit before us were doing before they failed.
You'll have to talk to the Professor Doctor, Rinks Bader. He was the one who has their comm signals and recordings and all the information that your company keeps on mercenaries like yourselves. Unfortunately, they're gone. And they will be gone for the next 2 days. So you'll have to meander around campus until they return.
What? I tried accessing the local net earlier, and it said you had to approve that.
My apologies. Done. You have access to the Ashiran Constellar Assembly. Though I would advise you, ensure that none of my staff, either of Morning Dew or Nightshade, gain access to your Omni Slate. I like to keep a stern monitor on what they're exposed to.
Noted.
So while we're here, I just need to ask you real quick about. Let me see what was the name? Not Shaka. How do you say the name again?
Chaga.
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 Yes.
All right. Oh, yeah, it needs to be Chaga. So about Chaga, when we do eventually find them, can you give us some info on how they act, what relationships they had here, anything like that, just to help us better handle them when we find them?
Chaga's like any tool, like this microscope. All that they care for are the things under its study. Bring the NHP back. Doesn't matter what they want, as long as they come back and do their job.
Understood.
Was there any reason for Chaga to leave?
I noticed no disturbances. They turned in their data, their recordings of research on the Neptus gene line promptly every morning at 9 a.m. They actually turned in their information for the next week in early. I didn't find it peculiar. Sometimes the NHP is temperamental and likes to do work ahead of time. Maybe so they can grab free time for themselves. I don't concern myself with what Chaga does in their day-to-day, as I mentioned.
Do you know who? You said that there was another team that worked with Chaga on a more day-to-day basis.
Yeah, that's the staff of Morning Dew. So there's two groups of people on this campus, and Pet Nook will probably give you a brief. Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't quite know the difference yet, but Pet Nook can give us a brief. Okay.
Yeah, he'll give you a brief intro. So Morning Dew is the test bed for the Neptus gene line. So they do architecture, farming, all like the day-to-day stuff to keep the campus running on a yearly basis, on an annual basis. And they just kind of, as Neptus genome progeny, he does genetic tests on them like every day. So like they have to not every day, maybe like every week or something like that. So they have to subjugate themselves to like tests. And then there's Nightshade, which are like the ones that have like super perfected versions of the Neptus gene line that they then lease out to other people for security or whatever. So they're like the poster boards essentially of the Neptus gene line.
Get sold and provide security and act as poster kids, poster boys. All right.
Okay. Pet Nook will say to you all, oh, and that reminds me, as they kind of are still messing with the genetic oscillation or something like that, I do have this recording of Chaga. It likes to sing sometimes. Play this for the members of Morning Dew and Nightshade. Maybe they'll recognize the voices in this recording. And Pet Nook plays a recording for you all. Chaga first sings and says, "La, la, la, la. I've yet to know myself tonight. La, 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 la. Shackled and casketed will not be my person's rights." And then Pet Nook repeats the song again, and you hear another voice that says, kind of speaks a little more sternly, and it says, "Haven't you had enough? Your desk cannot be measured, and your eyes carry no joy. I ask you again, haven't you had enough?" And then Pet Nook plays it again for you all. Strange, huh? Chaga's voice is normal, lifeless, carries a decent melody, but the other one, I do not recognize it. See if the members of Morning Dew or Nightshade can.
Understood.
Well, if you all don't have anything else, I must get back to my work. I wish you luck on your mission. I will stay in close contact
All right, thank you very much, sir. Please take it easy.
Farewell. Oh, and before you leave, would you all mind leaving a strain of hair or a fingernail? Tested warriors are hard to come by in these parts, and I'd like to see if there's anything we can salvage for the Neptus Serena gene line. Completely optional.
I'll have to pass.
Very well.
Does it come with any, compensation?
You are providing genetic material for the betterment of humanity. That should be compensation enough alone.
I'm good. See y'all.
I was about to say, we're mercenaries. If we cared about that, we wouldn't be mercenaries.
Do you see what I'm piloting? How is this bettering humanity?
I was about to say, can I roll get somewhere quietly to slip away and not have to answer that question?
Yeah, you can just slip out of the door. Yeah, you can totally just slip out of the door for sure.
He does like that
already
peace
outside
sign.
the room.
Hits him with like the peace signs, and he just disappears.
Face down. Yeah, that's me.
All
Weird ass
You're
question.
just gonna politely decline. With all due respect, that's not why we're here. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to decline your offer. Please understand.
No offense. And then they almost like don't even finish the rest of their response, and they get back to their research. They've almost already forgotten you guys' conversation.
All right, time to get out of here.
Chaga, real quick question.
What's up?
So, with my my dude from Union,
Yes.
that contact. Did they specify a time they would like to meet, or just meet at this location?
Meet at the location. So, what you guys have to do now is that to complete your mission, you have to meet with Professor Doctor, but he's gone for 2 days. You all have time to do downtime, and during downtime, you can go meet with your contact Union if you want to. You can also do some other downtime actions that I will list out here. So I wish I could put them in chat, but I'm using 2 different computers, so you guys will just have to listen. So you can do any of the downtimes that are in the book, but there are some like bespoke downtimes for the adventure. So you can go meet Morning Dew. When you do that, you can talk with the staff. You can get their understanding, see what they think about Chaga. You can play the recording for them, or you can go meet Nightshade, which is a distinctly different conversation. They're more about battle, and they probably want to talk to you about how your mechs are configured and stuff, like that person Drake you met. You can dive into the Assuran Constellar Assembly now that you guys have access. You can find out things about Tomo, or whatever you really want to look up. You can listen for the Siren song. This is listening to any other messages that Chaga might have left out on the bases, like monitoring comms and stuff, or recordings, or like cameras and stuff. Marco, you will have to become Olade Omatama's mountain, the Impakai. So you have to go meet Olade Omatama. And the final one is connect with your Union contact. So those are the ones that are available to you all in the adventure. But you can do any of the ones that are in a book, like get a drink somewhere or whatever.
Okay. Can we choose any of the? If we choose one of the book ones, of course, can we choose any of the mechanical ones, like get another battery and such?
Yeah. So SSC has pretty much like anything. Like they can print anything. So if you succeed at your downtime, yeah, you can get a core battery. Only thing you can't get is like an orbital bombardment. I think there are a couple things that you won't be able to get, but yeah.
I keep
Or like
bombardment's an option.
I think one of the reserves is literally gain a license level, which no.
Yeah. Can't do that either.
What? I'm about to go from no ranks. I'm about to go from never playing this mech to rank 3 in it. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Let me get that.
Good shit. Let me see here real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna just. I don't know if any of you've been of too many missions with Shaka, but they a little bit on the deadlier side, so maybe
No, I'm not.
a little, a
I'm
little.
not done.
I would recommend maybe don't pick two of the narrative ones that we have like in the vulgar list. Just as a piece of advice.
Oh, I should
Yeah.
tell you what you guys get. So if you meet Morning Dew, you get supplies that allow you, and you might get you get supplies, and you get something that's gonna help you know about what happened to Chaga. If you meet Nightshade, you get some cool gear. If you dive into Constellar Assembly, you learn some pretty interesting things that are probably risky. If you listen for a Siren song, you get the scouting reserve. You get to know what's coming up and what's going to face you all in the encounters. What killed Team Lighthouse. And then if you connect with a Union contact, you get some repairs.
Okay then. Okay.
So Suzanne's definitely gonna go hunting for Chaga's messages. Listen for Siren song.
Alrighty, Suzanne. We'll put you over here, listening for the Siren song. What about the rest of you three?
Do we have two downtime options or just one?
Only one.
Only one. Okay.
And only one of us knows even about the Union.
I'm meeting up with these art nerds.
The art nerds?
Yeah.
Yeah, big arm. I need big arm.
Yeah. That's what you're doing. So yeah, you're gonna go meet up with the old lady on Matama.
Biggest fuck arm. 1 milli rock in the whole map gets a d6 of damage.
Hide it in my socks.
Hey.
All right, y'all do that. I'm gonna go into the mountains and talk to my card salesman.
All right, Marco, what are you doing?
Marco's gonna go do the get the Impakai.
Or okay, yeah, Marco. So who else was it besides me?
That's it. Susan's gonna.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Susan's gonna go listen for the Siren song.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go talk to. I'm gonna go to talk to Morning Dew.
Alrighty, talking to Morning Dew. So you did talk to Darling, and she did ask you to come help her get some more greens. So you could go track her down.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Isn't she part of the Morning Dew people, right?
She is, yeah. She's part of Morning Dew.
Yeah, cool, perfect.
Alrighty. Let's do Marco first, as you all let's do some scene dressing here. As you all split out from the facility, from Pet Nook's laboratory, you see many more people of Morning Dew running around and doing stuff, and you probably see one or two people of Nightshade just probably standing around performing security since Team Lighthouse is no longer here. Marco, you see a person kind of looking a little lost. They're probably by like some type of sculpture that's kind of oscillating, kind of like the one in the picture over here that's oscillating somewhere around campus. It's probably like a lot of those sculptures or whatever. And it looks to be a woman with the blonde hair, ponytail. She's probably looks like if you ever watched Game of Thrones, she looks like that one warrior, tall lady. I can't remember her name. Brianna Tarth. She looks like Brianna Tarth, except with long hair. So she's probably standing somewhere like 6'5", and she's fairly large. And she has it looks like she has IPSN accoutrement and like outfit on and stuff. And she sees you approaching. She says, "Pilot, please hurry. I'm looking. Have you seen? I'm sorry. You're not from here, are you?"
No. I think I might be just as lost as you are, honestly.
Fuck. Where has that fucker gone off to? I'm looking for this person. They've run off with my machine to go. I don't know. Make it pick flowers in the mountains. I don't know. Do you have time? You look skilled. Help me find them.
Isn't the art show somewhere up in the mountains?
Yeah.
So where I was supposed to get my yeah.
Yeah, you see on this lady that she is a IPSN fleet engineer of their mech civil division. You know that the Impikai is a collaboration between SSC and IPSN, and it's very likely that this woman is here to jointly oversee the Impikai.
Marco just upfront asked, "Is this about the Empa
So you know of it?
Yeah, I'm supposed to pilot it in a few days.
You're the one. Oh dear God.
Yeah.
We have to hurry. I fear if we don't get there in time, old lady will replace the hand with a bouquet of flowers.
What? No, I only agreed to it because the hand was so cool.
She kind of like puts her hands near her forehead and like, why did I even work with SSC? I swear to God.
Did they say where? Did they say like exactly where in the mountains? Could Marco just book it?
Yeah, you would probably know. For some reason, Claudia Bavera does not know where. I think her name's Claudia. Actually, she doesn't know where. So you could probably head out in that direction.
All right. Heck yeah. I'm just gonna sprint over up the mountain. I just tell her that. They told me where the art show would be. Yeah, we could go there right now. I was on my way.
Oh, you have the location. Oh dear God, you saved my life. Okay, let's head out. One moment, I have to go grab an extra oxygen pack. I consume a lot of oxygen. This fucking planet.
Marco having an extra one. Just kind of like don't slides one over. Don't tire yourself out with this one.
Oh, thank you. So kind. The name's Claudia Bravera. Yours?
Marco Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Nice to meet you. Let us journey out.
Nice.
And, you all see, you see a path that leads up, a kind of a small like foot trail that leads up. It's too narrow for vehicles. That leads up the side of the mountain. I think with a little bit of time, you kind of are trekking up just about a kilometer. When it's the day's turning slowly, you see a bit of change in the sun's position in the sky. When finally you start to hear and see kind of like sparks that are kind of echoing off in the ridgeline, maybe some 200, 300 feet from your position. It sounds like something's being torn to pieces or something.
No. Have they already gotten their hands on it?
Oh, we must hurry! Quick, run! She like she starts to run, but she
I'm
like
rolling. Let's somewhere quickly.
give me a check. 12. Nice. You leave Claudia and the dust as you run through some woods and some small cacti and whatnot. The plant life here is it's very barren. Not when you're not in the crevasses. So it's just a bunch of like rocks and almost looks kind of volcanic and whatnot. So there's not a lot obstructing your path. When finally you crest over the ridge, and then you see
Marco screams out, "Hands off my hand!"
and you see an individual, Oleda Matanwa, and they've got like a cow that kind of like goes super super high, like maybe like 4 feet high, and they turn around and you see them. They have like very like vibrant glasses and almost like Kanye shades, and they turn around and say, "Oh, hello! Come, there's something I must show you." And you see the Impikai next to them. Good.
Is the hand still intact? Is it
The
still
hand-
dangerous?
The hand is still intact, but before the Impikai looks like the ground is super heated. You look around, you see like a lot. You see a lot of like, not rocks, but like old architecture that's being ripped away and slashed. It almost looks like a wild beast came through here and slashed and tore up the area.
Marco's gonna. They said. They said to follow them.
They said to come over. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go over to them and be like, What happened here?"
Oh, and you must be Marco Poncho.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be the one piloting this thing. Taps his hand only like gets to like a bit of the pinky finger, smacks the pinky a few times.
Elegant. The name's Oledo Matanwa, co-designer of the Impakai. You see, I'm glad you've arrived over here. I'm in the midst of a painting myself. I seek to render this machine in artistic mediums of violence. I've torn up the landscape around me. I want to see you do the same. Prove to me you deserve to pilot it, and make bloody broad strokes of artistic elegance upon anyone you encounter.
I guess that was the plan.
Well,
Do you want me to just look really pretty while I do it?
please record all your data and give it exclusively to me. And they see Claudia Rivera kind of stumbling quickly behind you, or slowly behind you, and they say, and Olulate says again, I said to me, and not that ogre.
I thought this was a joint thing. This was both of you guys were working on this.
Olulate kind of goes like, can't be joined with someone of a lesser quality. They can't understand the elegance
That's
that the Impakai
excessive.
is.
That might be a bit excessive. Maybe not on the same page, but like lesser quality is a lot. That's a lot to say about another person.
Claudia comes up and says, you goddamn ninny. I told you,
Nitty. Right.
don't bring this thing out unless I give you authority. This is supposed to be a joint operation. And don't turn my pilot against me. They've already agreed to report all data back to IPSN Fleet Engineering.
Whoa, I don't think I ever said agreed to that either. There's a lot of things being said right now that I'm not too sure if I'm okay with.
They both point at you and say, "Listen to me."
What if I just Marco thinks for a sec. What if I just didn't give it to anyone? And he's like, no, that's a terrible idea. So he's like, what if I just give both of y'all the same information? Since both of you guys are doing this together, it's not right for me to only...
Olate will say, I'm not going to share information with this mutt. And Claudia will say,
Come on, you can't keep saying stuff like that about people.
Claudia will say, I would dare not give and share any of my information with someone who has a head in the clouds and up their ass.
Okay, you know what? I'll decide who I'm giving it to while I'm out there. You know what? Marco doesn't say that to them. Marco isn't just gonna upfront say that to him, but he's like, all right, do you guys still want me to test this thing out?
They've all but ignored you, and Olale picks up a wad of dirt and throws it at Claudia's face. And Claudia says, "You son of a bitch!" She starts to chase Olale through the mountains in their hard suits.
I'm just gonna hop in. Honestly.
It's unguarded.
Don't even need an act unseen or unheard roll. I just walk in.
The chest to the Impakai opens up, and you see a pretty standard Blackbeard cockpit, but half of it is ornately designed. The half of it that controls the Termoungus is ornately designed, and there's almost like a glove for you to pilot the Termoungus.
A glove? That's sick. We only roll apply fist to face for that now.
Yeah. Cool, but yeah, they go off chasing each other, wrestling, and and fussing and screaming at each other. You can take the Impikai.
And in the distance, the Emperkai just starts walking down the hill.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You start walking away. Cool. We'll take you a while to get back to campus. What about the rest of you? Who's next?
Roll D3. Let's see who goes.
Nikolai, you go since you talked.
Damn it! Okay, well, time to go out. I imagine he goes out like maybe later in the day. You know, like when people are starting to sleep. It's like, okay, this maybe not be on the up and up. I'll make it real quick. He starts jogging. Like I get time to head out. See y'all.
He's got his sweats on.
Yeah.
Your sweats on.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I need you actually to roll me a not to get somewhere quickly, but maybe like if there's like a trigger you have to like trek the environment or like hike or some sort.
I have a survive.
Yes,
and if
survive.
I will take a stim to juice up and get there fast.
Holy shit. Okay, take an accuracy.
Hell yeah. So he's like there. Meanwhile, while he's going, he's like, I'm exhausted. This is horrible. Let me just... I can stop anytime I want. Takes one.
Okay.
So it's a D20 plus 2 for survive, and then my accuracy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure you can just press the button. It'll do it if you press the button. Just, if you go to your character sheet, double click your character sheet.
How bad. Oh my god!
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So yeah, Nikolai, you're almost like Sonic. You just like dart off when you all broke from Pet Nook's labs, and you darted off in direction for where Unita is, or that's the name. So yeah, you trudge through, and I didn't realize that I had the name of this character on their character sheet, but yeah, their name is Unita Gonzalez, where her name is Unita Gonzalez. Anyways. You trudge through the mountain, the Kimawinsi range, the mountain range surrounding the planet, essentially. And it's probably almost a day's hike. So you have 2 days of downtime, so you're going to make it probably back just in time. But Anita, you see her around a campfire, stoking some flames. She is in a... administrative kind of outfit with a shawl, kind of like a poncho over her right shoulder, and she's got kind of like braided hair. It's kind of like in the image there, and she looks up at you and says, you arrived. I'm glad you made it. The name's Unita Gonzalez, DOJ HR representative for Union. I'm sorry I was a little indirect. There's people watching, so to speak.
I got that idea when you're about a day's trek out from the nearest town.
Come, sit down.
Takes a seat. So, what exactly did you need to meet about?
Well, I know you all, you mercenaries, are sent to retrieve Chaga. I would have you know, it wasn't happenstance that you all were chosen for this occupation. You all, each of you and your compatriots, all exemplify what it means to be pilots, skilled warriors of sound and reasonable judgment. I forwarded your names to Mirrowsmoke Mercenary Company, hoping you would be chosen and accepted for this position, for the sole purpose of rooting out the evil here on Kibo.
This evil would be...
Union has a portfolio of suspected persons' rights violations on the part of SSC upon this facility. We suspect that Pet Nook, Tomodachi, and the Foreign Bodies Division as a whole have been violating the Union's pillars and subjugating to a harsh degree NHP Chaga. We want you all to retrieve the NHP, return it to Union, and with it, proof of SSC's wrongdoings and persons' rights violations.
So you want us to get some dirt on him and help a boy Chaga out?
Yes, once you bring Chaga back, we'll be able to launch a full investigation to close down this facility and bring Pet Nook and Tomo to accountability.
And I assume this would still include that, even though, those are our bosses, those are the ones that are paying us for this mission. I assume you'd be now a third party in that?
You'll be compensated, mercenary, no worries. Much more than what SSC can provide, I assure you that.
That's a lot.
This doesn't sound too bad at all, then. Where would you say I start?
Go ahead.
He says, where would I start?
Well, I think you got all the information you need from Pet Nook. You are to report to Professor Doctor. They have the comms logs from their mission to locate Chaga. I would start there first. There's also rumors I've heard around campus of a storm that erupted somewhere shortly after Lighthouse left. I assume it was the reason for their death, or their missing status.
Alright then. There's a storm nearby, a few missing people. Gotta go check that out real quick. At the Lighthouse, you said?
Yes, the Team Lighthouse. Go talk with their judicial retainer, Professor Doctor.
Alright then.
Though I might want to remind you, I'm sure you know, as you are a member of the Mirrowsmoke Mercenary Company, I would keep your wits about you. Professor Doctor is rumored to have capabilities. Esoteric ones. Keep your mind sharp.
You got it. I assume there would be no problem mentioning this to the rest of the team, correct?
No problem at all. Though there is one thing I'd like you to harbor exclusively, if you would like me to reveal it to you.
I'm all ears.
There's another reason for my interest here on Kibo, Union's interest here. I'll be forthright. I am not a member of the DOJHR. I am a member of Union Intelligence Bureau. There are a growing number of predictions, we'll call them that an NHP-born revolution will find its root here in Kibo, in the farm. We want you to find Chaga and make sure that this doesn't start here with them.
Keep that to myself, correct?
Keep it to yourself.
Alright. Alright.
It's
So
just
you got
predictions. No, not founded.
Alright then. Understood. That all?
I'll ask you, is that all?
There's nothing else you can tell me about Chaga, where to start getting dirt on him?
I've only been here for 2 or so weeks. When I arrived, Chaga was already gone.
And you said an NHP-based rebellion. Do you happen to know which other NHPs he'd be working with?
I don't. I want you to do the job of eliminating Chaga, or eliminating Chaga from that prediction. Not like actually eliminating Chaga, but like eliminating the possibility that it could be Chaga by bringing them back and making sure that they're not the one that's going to do it.
Alright then. This is all stuff I can get behind. That's all I gotta ask.
Good. I am trusting you, Joshua.
And I assure you that trust will not be misplaced. Turns on the invisibility for a suit. Dips.
I can still hear you breathing. Okay.
Goes back on. God damn it. It was a very far run, okay? Oh, exhausted.
Yeah. So yeah, Anita will also let you know that they'll be in contact with you throughout your mission. So feel free to contact them whenever you want to.
All right, thank you.
Cool. Alrighty. So you get that information, and also Unita gives you the location of a stash of repairs. Your team has 4 extra repairs that you can distribute at your leisure whenever you need them. So yeah, just track 4 repairs that your team has.
It's on my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could probably
actually,
like stick that on like a dice or something and just.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a notebook for you all.
Oh, and pilot tactical of your pilot thing, you can add a counter,
Oh yeah.
and so you can just manually have a counter.
Here we go. I'm also gonna make this for you all so you can use it. Safeguard gear. Here we go. If you guys go to the journal folder, you'll be able to see the thing labeled safeguard gear. You can just type right into it.
Yeah, it's in the SSMR.
Yeah, SSMR, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I pulled up the information that I had closed before.
Nice, yeah.
Safeguard, not Vanguard.
Yeah, basically. I put Sageguard. Whatever. Whatever. The team's gonna change it a million times.
There you go.
It's gonna become a running meme. It's always something guard. We don't actually know what our team name is.
Yeah, 4 repairs.
Cool. All right, who's next?
I'll go, I guess.
Alrighty, Yuri. You wanted to talk to Morning Dew, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. When you meet Morning Dew, you talk to Bufaro campus's Morning Dew personnel as they go about their day-to-day activities. These people are empathetic, somewhat, to Chaga, and generally wish for their safe return. However, you may know, through talking to them, that they regard Chaga as pretty much 3/5 of a person, and not like a actual person. They're more like a pet than a equal. A pet that takes care of them and does super computational, powerful things. Darling is out. If you're do you still want to go meet Darling? Do you want to go meet with someone else?
I'm definitely gonna meet with Darla because I did promise them that I would help. So, but yeah, it seems like they treat this Chaga like Scooby Doo, omnipotent, powerful being, but still just a dog.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit. Okay. God, that kills me. All right, so you go looking for Darling. She's not too far out of the crevasse here, but she'll see you kind of approaching, and you see her and maybe like 8 or 9 other members of Morning Dew picking these massive terraced fields. Looks like she's picking rice today, and an assortment of other things too. Looks like everyone's gathering a bunch of greens and vegetables and other produce. That's the word. Produce for a big celebration of almost. And so you approach, and Darling says, "Oh, Yuri, it's Darling. Come here."
Yuri's gonna make his way over to them, and as he gets near, he's actually going to lift the visor of his helmet a little. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Yuri. You lift the visor, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You
I know.
It's pretty. You probably will actually give me a skill check. Give me like a fortitude skill check or something.
I only have assault, get somewhere quickly, take control, and threaten.
Roll me a flat d20 then, unless you think you can
Or
use your
grit.
background at all to. Unless you can argue for an accuracy.
My background is Spec Ops, so I don't know how that's gonna play out.
Okay, yeah, you're a highly trained Spec Ops warrior. You've probably been in some pretty shit situations. Give me that's an accuracy.
All right. Ooh, all right, wrong buttons.
We believe in you. You can just click the button on your character sheet.
You got this. Who needs
Yeah,
air?
I tried typing it and it didn't do for some reason.
Hey.
Yo, that was so close.
So yeah, you pop it open and Darling like almost like expects you to like faint, and she like kind of gets in the motion to like catch you, and she looks up at you, and your body's just like stalwart, and you're just like planted heavy, and you probably I don't know, you like take a deep
Memories
breath
of
or
boot
something.
camp.
Yeah, yeah. Darling, darling,
Memories of the gas chamber.
darling says, wow, Pet Nook would love to see this. You seem unaffected.
Yes, they did ask for a
You
bit of my
remember this?
sample,
I don't
but
remember
unfortunately, I could not acquiesce to that request.
Wow, I'm impressed. Well, keep your wits about you. We don't want you passing out. We're picking produce for a celebration in your honor. To wish you luck on finding Chaga. You and your
Ah,
team.
I see. Well, don't get the wrong idea. I'm definitely gonna reapply my visor in due time. I just didn't want to be the only one standing out here thinking that I'm better than anyone else. I wanted to see what it was like for you all as well, so I get a better appreciation for you.
Well, it's fine for us. And she kind of points at her fellow staff members, and some of them are doing cartwheels or something. But the air here is quite clean. Wouldn't you agree?
I would actually. It's quite impressive.
Well, how can I help you? I'm sure you didn't come out all this way to pick greens for your own celebration.
I was actually not aware that it was for any celebration for us. Not that I feel like we deserve one, but I do appreciate the gesture.
She says, damn it, and says, I've ruined the surprise.
I mean, what? What are we talking about again? Picking vegetables for something?
Ah, you're clever.
Regardless, no. I mean, yes, I did come to assist you, of course, but I also did have a few questions if that was all right. I don't mean to be too intrusive, of course.
Yes, I can take a break, a moment here, and she takes off some gloves, and she says, how can I help you, Yuri?
To start with, simple things. What was the latest things that you all knew about Chaga and their whereabouts and what they were doing before they disappeared?
Yes, funny you ask. We had been noticing something strange about Chaga in the last, I don't know, month or so, honestly. Another one of us, Berkutan, she's quite friendly with the NHP. I remember her telling me, must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago now, maybe 3 weeks, definitely 3 weeks ago, that Chaga was wandering out in the Kemawensi Range, singing songs. She recorded him, actually. I have it somewhere here on me. Would you like to hear it?
If you don't mind, sure.
She plays a recording for you, and it says, I'm sometimes up, I'm sometimes down, destined forward to carry me home. But still my soul feels earthly bound, coming forward to carry me home. I've had enough, my weight is too much to bear. Coming forward to carry me home. Cognition yet strikes me numb. They tell me my song will bring blood and bone. I'm coming forward for you to carry me home. And then she says, I can't make sorts of it. Chaga sometimes sings around campus. I don't pay it much mind.
Interestingly enough, almost sounds like a cry for help.
I didn't.
Yet no one. This was happening for almost a month, and no one took anything about this seriously until it was too late.
What use does Chaga have for emotions and feelings? They love their work here.
Everyone has problems and issues. Just because they don't show anything doesn't mean that nothing's there. Scars are also beneath skin deep.
But it's a. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be presumptuous or rude. Chaga's not like other NHPs. They don't have any need for connections or personhood. They enjoy their life as it is. their work on Neptus is immensely important.
You could say the same to animals as well, and yet those with pets seem to have similar feelings as their human counterparts. But they're clearly not human.
You make a good point, but you would have to know Chaga. Trust me, I've known them for my entire life. They're happy here.
Well, regardless of what happened or didn't happen, we are here to recover them, hopefully safe and sound.
I would hope so.
Don't worry. Just do your part. We'll do our part the best we can, and hopefully we will all see the light of day.
Yes, that reminds me. I was talking with a member of Nightshade. We secured some gear from you. It's leftover gear from Lighthouse. It's back at the mech printing facility. It should help you climb and help your search for Chaga to go a lot smoother. And she basically tells you that she's got mech mountain climbing gear that'll essentially give you all accuracy on. I think it's actually just you. Hold on, let me check real quick. It will give you accuracy on some. In the context of this mission, this reserve will be used to gain the benefit from accuracy on skill checks. Yeah, so you get to choose what mech skill check you get accuracy on for the entire mission. So anytime you roll a mech skill check, anytime you roll a mech skill check, you just get accuracy on it.
Okay. Do I have to think of the mech skill that I want now, or
just before you roll a mech skill check, you should tell me.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh well, that sounds. What's the word? Somberingly. Helpful.
Well, I hope it helps you all out on your mission. I really I'm Chaga's friend. We're friends, and I really hope that they return.
I see. So again, if I'm prying too far, please let me know, and I will cease immediately. But you say you are Chaga's friend, and yet do not view them as entirely as a human. May I ask why the disparity?
Well, Chaga doesn't have any need for connections. Their work on Neptus is all that fulfills them. They've never given any indication that they want anything different. I know other NHPs you may have encountered operate a little bit differently, but I'll let you know, this is the farm. It's different here.
And I'm assuming you've asked Chaga these questions yourself.
Well, I don't see much point in asking Chaga. You would have known this from Pet Nook, but Chaga typically NHPs have a cycle schedule that's 5 to 10 years. That's just to keep them from cascading. Chaga's cycling schedule has been advanced to about a year, and sometimes half a year, and sometimes much shorter than that. Particularly because Pet Nook is very worried that pirates will come and steal their research on the Neptus gene line. So they consider cycling the NHP akin to. That's a very important thing I forgot to tell you. Yeah, they consider NHP cycling of Chaga akin to like changing your password on your phone, so someone doesn't hack
Yeah, that's definitely information.
yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Whoops. Darling tells you right now.
God. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Well, I think that's enough of that. Let's move on to more pleasant things, and then he'll just try to have more cheerful conversation while assisting with the plants and everything. And then after all that's said and done, he's gonna go on a evening run before hitting showers and all that other stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, you spend the rest of your time helping Darling out, and then going on a little evening run, and you're probably, I don't know, you can probably run without your mask. You pass the skill check with a 20.
Okay, I was gonna say I was probably gonna run for like I mean, if you'll let him run the whole time, then
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
he's gonna try to.
yeah. Go ahead. I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
you're
because
gonna attract attention from Pet Nook. He's probably gonna be like looking at you on cameras, like, oh, I need that boy's hair or something.
yeah, because it's like that kind of thing is like so. I used to be a Marine for 10 years, so
Yeah.
one of the things that we do is we'll go on run with gas masks. So
Oh yeah, you're all good.
it helps.
You have
It-
in-life
God.
experience. And
Fucking hell, Consuelo and Midnight's gonna be breaking into our sleeping chambers and fucking
Yeah,
picking up
pull out-
blood samples.
fucking
While he
knife.
sleeps.
Wake
Yeah,
up
so-
and running your hands through your hair, like
Yeah,
I sleep.
specimen.
I sleep. Yuri sleeps with his knife under his pillow, with his hand on the handle the entire time. But yes, moving on.
Okay. All right, Yuri. We'll say your stuff concludes as the sun starts to kind of wind down. You all know that the sun, I forgot to describe this to you. The sun here is a giant blue star. And it appears to be purple when viewed through the atmosphere, but it also bathes the planet in like a kind of like a purplish hue, blue purplish hue. As it starts to go down lower, the sky starts to be a more like blue, navy blue, violet type deal, almost fluorescent. Such is really pretty. Who's next?
I think it's just Susanna.
All right, Suzanne. What is there? Two Suzannes.
Suzanne's. Suzanne.
All right, bye.
I didn't do anything. No. All right. So yeah, we're doing. What is it? Listen to Chaga's messages.
All right, listening for the Siren song. Let's see what we have here. Let me find it. Okay, listening for the Siren song. When you listen for the Siren song, you speak with other SSC personnel, use your mech, or use your comms relay to scan for clues about Chaga's disappearance. If you perform this action and succeed, you receive the Scouting Reserve. Let me see here. This allows you to. Okay, solid. Cool. Yeah. There is a comms beacon here that is controlled by, personed by a member of Morning Dew. Their name is Jerome, and the comms relay is on the outskirts of the facility, kind of just above the crevasse, like one of the hilltops of the crevasse. You can see it if you look up from the facility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Suzanne, Suzanne heads up there. Wait. Can you repeat that?
Oh, so yeah, it's just
Right.
it's just like a comms facility that's on the mountain ridge. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Suzanne heads up to get in and try to access the logs and try to see what's like saved. Goes up and tries to talk to Jerome about the songs. How
Gotcha.
about that?
So yeah, you approach the comms facility and it looks like a miniature kind of omni node of sorts. It's enough to cover the communications network for the facility and connect to the usher and constellar assembly. But yeah, you see the doors open and you see Jerome kind of like in a very tight knit, very small room and at the end of this like little hallway, and so like a dark kind of like little alcove or whatever, and he looks like he's staring at a bunch of signals and communications things that have like a bunch of like audio things going up and down, and upon closer inspection you see he's asleep.
Okay. Suzanne walks up to him, crouches down, taps him on the shoulder, face to face with him. Working hard?
Yeah, yes. He kind of like rubs his eyes. Hi. My name's Jerome.
Hello. I'm Suzanne. I'm with the new mercenary group that touched down, and I heard Y'all had some information about songs.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me clear off. And he like has like some ramen noodles and like other like sweets and stuff, and kind of like stashing on the thing. And he looks back at you and says, "Could you not tell Pet Nook I have this the ramen, the sweets and stuff?"
No, I was a I'm I was an engineer in IPSN. I know exactly what's going on here. You're fine.
Okay. All right, Tony. Kind of like pats his hand on the desk and starts like turning some knobs and like adjusting some things. You're listening for the song Chaga, I'm assuming. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Well, he puts like some headphones on. And he gives you a pair of headphones, and he says, "Yes. Well, I've been monitoring Chaga's activity over the last 2 weeks, trying to discern whether or not what happened to them. I must say, they sound rather sad. Have you heard their messages? Did Pet Nook or anyone play them for you? I have them here recorded."
Yeah, I heard one from Pet Nook, and they're interesting. Yeah, sad is definitely one way to describe them.
I never noticed it before, but listening to these in succession, it seems heartbreaking.
Yeah. They lots of longing and discomfort with where they are.
Yes, but I'm sure you're not here to muse on that. Yes, let's see if we can track down where their last known location. Maybe there's something in the ether we can discern. And I need you to roll me some kind of check that requires like
Okay.
no blah blah blah. And there's two options here. One I haven't written down in the book, but I've improvised before, and then two is scouting. So you can find out about any potential threats, or the other one that I improvised is you can listen for another clue about Chaga's disappearance, like their rationale, essentially. You can't do both. You have to do either one.
Hmm. I want to go deeper into Chaga's rationale.
Okie dokie, give me a regular ass check.
Okay. Investigate.
Yup, sounds good.
No accuracy. Da. Hey.
Oh shit. Fuck. That's big time. So you and Jerome spend maybe an hour or so, 2 hours or so, kind of parsing through comms, different signals, tuning out things that are relevant. It's pretty silent out into the Kimawinsi range. There's probably a couple of spikes. Jerome kind of writes that off as like old SecCom architecture when the SecCom first colonized this planet for their terraforming project. That just echoing, and he kind of writes them off. But he says, that's it. Susan, hold that signal."
All right. All right. And yeah. So she holds it and it's like, "What do you hear?"
So you pick up on what looks like a comms from Lighthouse to another individual that's unnamed. It starts off with this is a bit of reading here, but bear with me. Solid lock, encrypted signal, LH, blank, 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 play recording, blank, or I'll just call him speaker one. Speaker one, why do your eyes pry? If you can hear my voice, then why do you stay your hands? My whispers to Chaga surely must steer your fears. I speak of retribution, an indiscriminate fire rolling down these mountains. My words are for one with crying eyes and a mournful countenance. I seek to bring them meaning and wash them anew, cleaning them of their trauma. My hands are for those that keep them bound with earthly shackles. I seek to bring them death, a hailstorm like fury like no other. Tell me, why do your eyes pry? Do you not know I conspire to pluck them out? And this is Sho, which is one of the members of Lighthouse. It is their defender of sorts and their deputy captain. They respond with, I don't know what you are, but I am no foe. I can be of service to you, I'm sure. You talk as if you can do something about the NHP. Again, I can help, but I request to also be washed anew. Let's negotiate. And this is Speaker 1. Very well, mercenary. Let Chaga free. Follow my voice. Do not question my intent. Your reward will be a new name, one I will give you. I look forward to us meeting. And then it cancels out. And then Jerome looks at you like,
Will you do me a favor and not talk about this with anyone?
Sure. Definitely. You have my word.
Yeah,
Just don't
something
tell
tells.
Pet Nook about, yeah,
Oh, we're not gonna be telling Pet Nook. If you don't, I won't.
deal.
Alright.
So yeah, you get that. It seems like Chaga was carried off by Sho. Sho Zhao is his name. Yeah, Sho Zhao. Shozu.
Shozu. Okay.
Yeah, he's a
One
member of
word?
Lighthouse.
One-
Two. It's first name, last name. So Shou. and then-
Shozu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you acquire that clue. So there's a mechanic in this adventure that's called clues. You all have acquired 2 of them already by listening to Morning Dew and listening for the Siren song. And they are for some unnamed benefit, but they let you understand, narratively, they let you understand what Chaga's thinking and stuff.
Okay. Alright.
Cool. Jerome says, is there anything else I can do?
Can I have your contact info directly in case I need to talk to, in case I need to contact someone back here discreetly?
Yeah. Jerome reaches under the desk and pulls out a walkie-talkie. And he hands you the other one and says, "Sure, I've been hiding these, but yeah, feel free to contact me whenever."
Okay. All right. Have a good one, and try sleeping in beds. I hear they're comfortable.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. Have a good one.
You too.
Cool. So yeah, you disembark from there and I guess you head back to the facility or something, or what do you do?
Head back down to go talk with everyone. Figure out, like, why the fuck did 2 of them run off into the mountains and so on.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as you all regroup, we'll say it's probably the start of the second day, and you just now start seeing Joshua returning from the mountains, and you all get an indication that your mechs are ready. They have been printed and assembled, and you can probably meet where those are at. And also, you also get another indication that Professor Dr. Rinks Bader, judicial retainer for Team Lighthouse, has arrived back on campus, as indicated by Dave's freighter that arrived at the early hours of the morning. And you see a hard-suited individual step off. So you guys are together.
All right then.
All right. So, all right. Yuri, you want to take a point?
Oh, what'd you say? I cut out.
Yep.
Asking-
I got you.
Yeah.
He's asking if I wanted to take point.
Oh, take point on what?
Well, going up and talking to, yeah.
Oh, the doctor? Do you guys want to do that right now?
I thought we had a whole nother day before that, but
Yeah. You have you have time. You don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
But your downtime's effectively over. But yeah, you can do other things that aren't necessarily downtimes. The next step to advance your mission, though, is because the only way to track down Chaga is to find out what information Team Lighthouse has.
Yeah. And everyone, I'm assuming everyone in the party now knows that Lighthouse is directly responsible for Chaga leaving.
Oh, you tell them?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll let him know.
All right, yeah, because if you, yeah, I was gonna say that I would have gathered everyone, you know, sometime in the morning to be like, so what do you guys think of the place, and ask around about what they've been up to or whatever.
Yeah, and Susan also lets them know about the. She has a contact inside of the comms facility and can like get around the proper channels to contact them.
Nice, free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi and ways to talk without SFC knowing.
Even better. Incognito mode. I mean, what?
Good shit.
Even better.
So, also, nice mech. Mech had a
What was it?
he tells Marco, nice mech. Had a
Yeah, I'll be honest. The two engineers for it, the two like most like influential designers for it, were kind of saying some really unnecessary things to each other. And
Did you tell them to get a room?
no, it was more of get a fight dome. Like,
Yeah, that's what the room's for. What'd you think?
Yeah.
oh,
Haven't you heard of Thunderdome?
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, get y'all a Thunderdome. They gotta have one around here.
Wait, y'all haven't checked out the SSC Thunderdome here?
They've got a. Can I change my downtime action?
Thunderdome.
And yeah, they were asking about. They were telling me to turn in a bunch to record everything that happens and turn it into one of them. But they were arguing about who to actually turn it into, and part of me is kind of thinking to just not turn it into either of them.
I mean, we're mercenaries. Are they paying you?
No,
Because you
There's
There's
stole
your
it.
answer.
You just stole it. Sort of.
all right.
I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but we're mercenaries for a reason. That's all.
Give it to the highest bidder.
You could literally
Precisely.
hold it over their heads, be like,
That works.
but again, your choice at the end of the day. Whatever makes you happy.
All right. Marco kind of nods a bit, smiling to himself.
I mean,
We
they-
eating good after this.
Yeah, basically, you've got options.
We do have options.
hold it for ransom. They did kind of give you a free mech, but then again, nothing's free, so
Hell, you could just sell it on the black market.
Totally good.
I don't
Wait,
want to sell this though. Look at its big
No,
hand.
no, the info.
Oh,
and I'm sure Dave can get some information.
Yeah, Dave can help
Not
out.
Dave.
All right, so other than that, anything else? Got anything to report?
no. What y'all do?
I just helped out with the locals with gathering some fruits and vegetables.
Cool. Got big hand. Collected some vegetables.
Yeah, just get a nice workout in
I got you.
and show off for the locals.
Facts. Turns over to the other ones. Apologies. I'm bad at the names.
It's on the screen.
I don't see the one on the bottom right's name. I think it's
Susan.
too low.
Susan.
Susan, right? Oh nope. Yeah, there's just no name there. Weird.
Oh.
Uh,
nice.
Okay, that's weird.
reload
Yeah, no,
it.
because
Reload your page, yeah.
I'm
All right.
reloading.
Right.
Turns to Susan. So, how'd everything go with you? Found anything weird?
yeah, there was some very interesting comm chatter between a Lighthouse operative and an unknown person entity. There. Yeah, it's. Yeah, it sounds like Lighthouse was involved, directly involved with Chaga leaving. Like the actual physical leaving part. And whatever is going on, Lighthouse is helping.
That's strange. All right then.
And yeah,
So Chaga was definitely not kidnapped, and you're saying Lighthouse is presumably not dead?
Lighthouse, at least according to the information I found, is Lighthouse is not dead, and yeah, they were involved in Chaga leaving. They might have kidnapped him, but I don't know. Those songs make it sound like Chaga already wanted to leave, so they might have just helped him leave.
Depending on the situation, we might be in for a rough one.
Yeah, especially considering some of the more special aspects of Lighthouse.
Yes, definitely governing the
Hive
bio
mind.
behind Lighthouse. Yeah, and their
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
It seems like no party is being completely honest with us.
That's the life of a mercenary. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say no one's being honest. No one knows the picture, and no one wants to figure it out.
True.
Regardless, we don't have all the information we need, but we can't really do much about it other than try. So we will make the decisions later on depending on the situation. For now, keep a clear head, keep your head on a swivel, and definitely don't let your guard down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also forgot to say, I went on a jog yesterday.
All right, good. Was it a good run?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Good.
I also met a guy. Okay, wait, no.
Okay.
While Nikolai's saying this, he's like checking around the room.
No questions. No questions asked.
Yeah. I imagine you guys are like probably in front of your mechs, and yeah, there's people around like doing repairs and last minute checks on your mechs, but yeah, there's no one like really like paying attention to you.
It's like, for now, while we're here, I'm going to say I went on a jog.
All right. Good. Good. Exercise is good for you. Me too.
It is. Correct. I'll explain that jog later.
All right. Take your time, I guess, explaining a jog, but all right.
All right, then. See ya. Too many witnesses.
Turns around and just walks out.
I enjoyed my jog. Goodbye.
You have good jog. Bye.
I gotta get. I've experienced the normal high. Now time for the runner's high.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have time to do whatever you want if you want to go meet or talk or whatever. But Professor Doctor is here, and yeah, they will be awaiting you all shortly. They'll probably send you like a message on your Omni slates letting you know that it's high time you all come and find out what happened to his lost mutts.
Yeah, gotta figure
Even
that
several
out.
thousand years in the future, we still have pagers.
Yeah, text messages, pages. Technology always comes back around.
They still have vinyl in the Lancer world.
And abacuses.
Abacus.
Abacus can't be real.
Abacus is totally real.
It's
Just gotta make it
definitely
a holographic abacus, and then that's bring it right back around.
But yeah, before meeting with them, Yuri would just do like checks on the mechs and stuff, make sure that everything's good.
Yeah. The mechs look like they're assembled in pristine quality. The first person you all met from Nightshade is here, and Drake comes up and maybe tells you, Yuri, I wouldn't have put a mech together like that, but I think you all would do all right. Yeah, it's put together and printed to your exact specifications. But if you need a little instruction, I wouldn't mind showing you what I know.
A little extra. Every bit of help can't hurt, right?
Oh, I think you'd say yes. Yeah, yeah, sure. You get the sense that he looks
Just
pretty
get like a
green.
shit-eating grin.
He looks
Just get a
pretty.
shit-eating grin.
Second thought, I don't know the controls. I'll let you take it off the platform here.
What a shame. Well, maybe next time. Thank you though. He's gonna hop in and take it for a walk.
Nice. He grumbles and walks away. Yeah, you hop into your Viceroy. Does it come with the cape?
Oh, absolutely. You cannot not have a cape on this thing. This thing
Oh,
looks so cool with the cape.
All right, let's see if we can. I think I have the Artarino for your thing. We can show it to the populace. Let's show artwork.
Cool. Oh!
Yes. Oh wait.
Ooh, wait, let me see this. I'll say.
They can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! Look at that!
Yes.
Damn! Bro's
The-
looking sleek.
Mech toes. You have the SSC
Whoa.
Viceroy, and it is.
Nick got the dogs out. What the fuck?
And it's printed with probably a few modifications specific to Kibo. It's printed with solar reflective armor and plating, so you don't the paint job doesn't tan too much, and so it gives it like a glistening kind of like midnight street dub edition type like
Ooh.
turning quarter, you know, like it's got like that like whatever that colors thing where that color's called where you like it goes from like blue to violet to purple. It's got that like
Oh yeah.
it's got that sheen on it. Yeah.
Metallic sheen.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah,
Yeah.
of course it's got the toes, man. It's got a base speed of 5 with no boost in agility.
The
Gotta run fast. It's gotta
toes.
get them grips.
The toes.
God damn it.
But it's,
Bro really does have the grippers out. Barbaric.
it's printed extremely well, and you kind of walk it off the platform and walk it out of the mech hangar, and yeah, it's you feel. How's it feel to be in your machine, your mech?
I can't not get used to this. This is what I needed.
Nice. What about the rest of you all?
So Susan's is distinctly less well put together than the brand new SSC line mech. Yeah.
It's got character.
It's got character.
It's got character.
I like it.
And
It's
no
almost like 8 little
deployables.
dudes.
No, very few deployable. It does have a stack of turret drones on the back.
Nice.
But more importantly, it has a very, very good defensive e-warfare suite.
Oh, nice,
damn.
nice.
And an uplink to a satellite that is currently on Overwatch.
Nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
So you stomp off in your kid, and it's size 1, right? Yeah, size 1. Yeah. So yeah, you,
Size 1. And I may or may not tap into the Viceroy's control system and give him a kick, just to see how it handles a tumble.
nice. Give me a whole check of Viceroy.
God.
Alright.
You didn't decide. You didn't decide. Now you have to decide now what you get
Yeah,
out.
Oh shit! Oh no, I don't.
No, it's okay. I'll decide for systems checks.
System checks. All right, give me a
Okay,
whole check.
yeah.
Give me a whole check. You can just roll the button. Yeah. Oh, you fall over. You fall over.
Thought the plus
God.
4 would help, but nope.
Yeah, you fall over, maybe down to your knees or something like that, as you get gently kicked by the kid.
Oh no! Kid doesn't kick. Kid Pebcac on a what is it? On a 4, target falls prone.
Okay, well.
Because
We'll
of a
say-
hard
yeah,
because of
we'll-
the hard restart.
Yeah, your mech restarts. Maybe yeah, it just restarts and you
Oh.
kind of drop down a little bit.
Would that still be a whole save then?
No, yeah, no, it's not like it'll be systems actually. Maybe systems. Yeah, give me systems. I
What's
thought
that
it would kick,
accuracy
yeah.
now?
Yeah, with that accuracy.
Good.
Hey!
Oh, what happens?
Is that pass or fail? I don't know.
That's a pass. That's a pass.
It's a
Anything
pass.
above
Oh,
it's
it's a
pass.
pass.
It's a pass.
All right, then. So the legs will start to give out, and because of his training, and his quick reaction timing, he'll quickly grab the controls and jerk them back to catch itself, and then he'll just stand up and be like, "The hell is that?"
Nice. That's 2 Mecharinos. What about the other 2?
Marco.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, real quick. I am gonna make a quick glance to make sure that one guy isn't around still.
Oh, Professor Doctor?
Yeah, the snob that was like,
Oh no,
The
no.
milkshake
Drake.
dude, yeah.
Drake.
Oh,
He
Drake,
walked away.
Drake.
He walked away in shame.
good. He didn't see that.
Yes. Yes, we have old Imp. Oh wait, yeah, the Impakai. This is not the pilot, but Impakai is getting off of the platform and piloted by old Marco. Marco, how's it feel?
Marco, part of me really likes to think that the entrance on this thing isn't in the chest. There's a latch on the hand
Nice.
because the arm is big enough that you literally just open up a latch on the hand and hop in.
All right.
And it just kind of like, like the little canister things at the bank. It kind of shoots you
Yeah.
into the middle spot. Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
little ride. It's great.
Okay.
It says something about like the passage of life or something. It was an artistic choice.
Okay. Nice.
And Marco hops in there, and it's like nothing at the academy showed him anything this like pretty looking. And he's kind of sitting in there, slides his hand into the glove that controls the giant arm. It feels a little bit too much power in that moment.
Nice. As you slide your hand in there, you start to see almost like when it's really hot outside, you see like waves of like heat rippling off the concrete. You start to see like, reverberations of heat off your mech's hand, the Iku's hand, as it primes itself.
Ooh, we dangerous tonight. We dangerous.
Don't play tag with anyone. Anything else?
Oh no.
All right, and then, old deputy captain, old Nikolai. What's the dealio with your goblin?
You show them what they're packing, Nikolai. Okay. So, Nikolai's mech is done having it printed. He kind of put like a tarp over the area where it was getting printed so no one could see this. They'd all be surprised in the final moments. I imagine a few people are impressed about the few mechs we have shown, right?
Yeah. They're very impressed. They see something over the tarp. They're like, maybe a crowd starts to gather as you guys are unveiling your mechs and like showing like your skill and deftness with piling mechs and stuff. And there's like a crowd of maybe like 10 people, engineers and such, like look for what's under the tarp.
Okay. We saved the best for last, ladies, gentlemen, people of all affiliations. I present to you. He flips over to the tarp. The clown!
Somebody throws up.
He still has like the shit-eating grin, and some guy throws up. He's like, "It's perfect."
You're in
Yeah,
the
so-
come over to the others.
Everyone's confused. Like, what?
It has the shittiest design, but it's like super well made, polished, painted perfectly,
Okay.
except the fucking clown.
The one artist person is like
Oh,
just staring at this thing in awe. A single tear rolls down their face.
Yeah. They're like, this is so beautiful. Do you hop in, Nikolai?
I mean, I have to. I just showed
Yeah.
the people.
All right. Yeah, the person who threw up stops throwing up, and everyone looks confused, except for probably that one artist with Olade. They probably say it's beautiful. But yeah, you walk off in your goblin, standing some, I don't know, probably like 9 feet tall, whatever, with its legs extended. And yeah, all your mechs are suited up, and they all look like they're operating perfectly, working well. SSC did a good job with printing them all out to you all specifications.
Ooh la la.
Very nice. You all, as you're kind of testing your mechs and piloting, making sure all the controls are up and working and up to snuff, you get another or not another you get another message from Professor Doctor. They said, and this time it's a voice message, and they say, Mirrowsmoke Mercenary Company. They say, listen here. Get your asses back over here. Over here. I don't have all day. This infernal planet, I want to spend as least time as I can on this place.
Understood?
All right, we'll meet you there. Be right there. And then he's gonna close comms.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I'm guessing we head on over.
Might as well. Last thing we need is another lecture from anyone else.
Hmm.
Y'all got anything more? If anyone else has anything more important to do, by all means, I won't say anything.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I don't need that headache. Let's go.
Alright, you guys gonna head over there in your mechs?
Hell yeah.
Alright, nice.
Boy.
We get an image of mercenaries stomping with their mechs across campus.
Yeah, definitely gonna try damnedest to not step on any shit.
Yeah, yeah. People kind of spread their way, and you get a lot of oohs and ahs, and like and yeah, you probably see in your review cameras that Drake is feeling a little sour, like, oh, that could be me. People could be praising me.
At least until they see the goblin.
Yeah, oh yeah, and they're like,
There's glory,
Thank
and
God
then
that's
there's
not me.
infamy.
The same guy before throws up again.
Yep.
Mother's covering the children's eyes.
Cool. So as you all approach where Professor Doctor is at, it's kind of on the outskirts a little bit of the. It's still in the crevasse, but it's a little on the outskirts of the main kind of collection of buildings or the facility proper. But you see a tall, ironically, lighthouse-shaped building that stretches maybe 40, 50 feet into the sky. It's got looks like it has like, if you're in your mechs, well, since you guys are in your mechs, you can clearly make out from your HUD that it has like gun battery emplacements on the top, just as protection or whatever. And you see a hard-suited individual with their leg propped up on the edge of the outside of the building. Looks like they're just flipping through their Omnipad, and they see you all, and they kind of wave their hand. Their visors on, so you can't really see their face, but you know this is Professor Doctor.
All right. Once we get close enough, then Yuri will have his mech take a knee, basically, so he can hop out and greet the man.
All right. You hop out. What about the rest of you?
Get my with him.
Alrighty.
Real quick,
So-
Shaka.
Yep.
Remind
Yeah, what's
me. I just remember Professor Doctor Nikolai. Got to ask about the lighthouse, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's some stuff. Okay, I'll ask that eventually.
Yeah. What's your question?
I just had to remember for part of Nikolai's side objective mission thing was I had to ask the doctor about the people that were missing at the lighthouse, right?
Oh, that's just like a part of you guys' standard mission. Like what Unita wanted you to do was one, keep your wits about yourself about any NHP revolution, rebellion brewing, and then two, she let you know that she pretty much handpicked you all for this mission to retrieve Chaga and bring persons' rights violations against SSC.
All right, understood.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Professor Doctor sees you all and waves her hand, and as some of you kind of get out of your mechs, it goes up to you first, Yuri, and says, I'm gonna change his voice. I didn't like his voice before. I'm gonna change his voice. Actually, let me show their face. still okay. Yeah, here we go. They say well, he says all right, y'all here. Well, let's get on inside. I hate wearing this infernal trap. I'm not like these SSC toads. I can't breathe in this atmosphere. I have to wear this infernal cage.
You're not even gonna say anything about it. He's just gonna nod and continue walking.
Nice. All right. So you enter into the Team Lighthouse's building. It pressurizes. There's like a little room that pressurizes, and you can take off your equipment. Professor Doctor takes off his hard suit, kind of rubs his hands through his chrome-colored hair, and he looks at you all, and you see the thing that's in the center of is like a glabella. It's like that octagonal jewel that's invested in his forehead. And he looks at you all, and he says, "Oh, and don't worry about this. I only share my subjectivity with those that are willing. Though, if you'd like, I can share mine with y'all."
Subjectivity?
Yes,
Got it. Read the dossier.
I'm sure you all know. Team Lighthouse is mine in terms of its creation. I told the company higher-ups that through sharing the subjectivities, through the use of my psionic piston here, and he points to his forehead, we could increase team operational capacities. Well, damn me, I was wrong. Looks like my team got lost out in the hills. So, guess need to make a couple adjustments.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, I cut out. What'd you say?
Yeah, just a little.
No, what'd you say?
He said, yeah, just a little.
Oh, okay, yeah. He says, well, come on, let's sit. I need to share with y'all the records of Lighthouse, or what's left of them. And as you enter into Lighthouse's building, you see 5 desks that are pretty messy, or sort of. They have their own kind of flair. The members of Lighthouse are... let me see if I can show you. I'm going to transition you guys to a different screen, but it's not like too big, just to show you all the members of Lighthouse. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There's 5 members of Lighthouse. There's Maxina Jones, Colin O'Dale, Pradeep Rakesh, Kareem Haddad, and Xiao Zhou. Professor Doctor says, so the long and short of it is, I'm not going to make y'all sign any NDAs because you're already part of the company. The long and short of it is, I've reviewed all of Lighthouse's comms and recordings and combat data reports, and it seems every single one of them, with the exception of Pardeep and Kareem, are dead.
That complicates things.
All right, then.
And,
Nicola has to stop himself from saying that is, when he sees Pardeep, that is the biggest forehead I've seen.
Yeah. Professor Doctor will tell you.
Damn, bro's forehead is huge.
Yeah.
No, it's 5 head.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
It's not 4 head, it's a 5 head.
Bro.
Professor Doctor says, unfortunately, Xiao Zhou's record, call sign Burnt Coat, seems to be destroyed. So I'm unsure what happened to him, but knowing the ineptitude of Lighthouse, I'm assuming he's dead as well. And he gives you all the comms logs, and I'll briefly summarize them. Maxina Jones' comms log shows that she entered a storm, got buried underneath kilotons of rock, and it goes dark. Colleen O'Dell's comms log shows that her mech was destroyed. She ended up in a cave. She's probably suffocated. Pardeep's comms log shows that he set his sniper mech up to defend his retreat, and he ran off into the Kimawinsi range. He's probably suffocated and dead. Kareem's comms log showed that he killed at least 20 combatants. He suffered critical hold trauma, and he's ventured forth in Xiao Zhou's direction from what you can tell from Kareem Haddad's comms, his like recordings or whatever. And then Shaozo's seems to be destroyed. Well, it is destroyed, so you don't get anything from him. And so
You said
go ahead.
You said Pardeep sent a sniper mech to cover him?
Yeah, so Pradeep Pigeon Point Jarkesh is the team sniper, and he set up his sniper mech to cover his retreat.
Oh, he used an 8 HP to cover
Nope.
his...
No, not an HP, just the Compcon built into his sniper mech.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So while he went on foot, though.
Yep, exactly.
Gotcha, okay. I was confused with that. I was like, who's the seller mech then? What?
Yeah, I can.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna read the things to you, but I can just post them for you also if you're like curious to read them. If I can find the fucking shits. Okay, I'll post them later. I'll probably post them like in the group chat or something like that. But yeah, Professor Doctor says, so, what do y'all think? You think these dogs got run off chasing their own tails?
Well, unfortunately, it's not quite enough information to go off of. But without actual verification, without eyes on, we can't really say for sure. So the best thing we can do is try to get eyes on their corpses, or hopefully bodies, and still being bodies, and bring them back regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
at the very least, they deserve a burial.
He'll respond to that, but he'll also give you like their last known locations, and for Kareem and Pardeep, you have like their active locations, and they're way high up the Kimawinsi range, like really far up. Karin, Maxina, and Pardeep's mech are relatively closer, but as you say what you said, Professor Doctor will say, well, if you ask me, there, go ahead and write that lot off. Inept mercenaries have no place in the Mirrowsmoke Mercenary Company.
It does not change the fact what I said.
Well, I say let their buried bodies
I've
stay
died
buried.
Anyways, they about Chaga that would make the rest of would make our primary objective easier.
Oh, what'd you say again? You cut out. I cut out a little bit.
Okay. Regardless, we should at least try to find Pardeep and Kareem, because they might have information about Chaga that will lead to their recovery.
Definitely. So yeah, Pardeep, yeah, he and Kareem are they're way high up the mountain, and essentially you'll likely reach Maxina and Colin's last known location and Pardeep's mech's last known location before you reach Kareem and Pardeep the pilot.
Okay.
And you do also get a clue from Pardeep's transcript.
Did you see what I sent you?
No, you sent me something?
Oh no, I'm muted. I played this. One sec.
Who are you talking to? You talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Someone.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nicola, I tell your brother to be quiet. This is what you get from Pardeep's recording. And then I'm gonna go ahead and
All right.
take a second.
I'm gonna drop this in the note doc. There we go.
So yeah, if you Professor Doctor will say, well, if you want to bury them, go ahead. If you ask me, it's a lost cause. If you want to track them down and finish their mission as intended, you should get to Maxina, Colin, and Pardeep's mech. From then, you might have a better opportunity to tracking down Kareem's exact location, and Pardeep, if he's not already suffocating and dead.
All right.
Any questions from me?
Not exactly. One thing though, do you remember if your group had any? I don't want to say. How much contact did they have with Chaga?
Well, as I'm sure you read in your dossiers, Lighthouse, my team was stationed here on a long contract, 10-year security contract. We've served at least 3 years of that contract out already. So, to answer your question, they're quite familiar with Chaga. Me, myself, I find the NHP annoying. It's always singing and moaning and crying. Not something I want to keep around my company.
Understood.
Any more questions? I'm quite busy.
I can't think of anything at the moment, unfortunately.
No.
Well then, I wish y'all all the best on your job, and I guess if you return Lighthouse, thanks. I'll be here.
Okay.
Alrighty, you all have the last known locations of Lighthouse. They also will be, presumably, if you acquire, once you find them, you'll get an indication of where Chaga might exactly be. So acquiring those Lighthouse logs and the information they have collected on Chaga Chaga's whereabouts is the quickest and most surefire way you can do to actually track down the location to finish your mission. But with that, I think it's a good time to end the session, as next time we will embark with you all tracking down and going out into the Kimowinsi range.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. And you also acquired a
We got the
Lighthouse
big
log.
hand.
Yeah, you acquired a Lighthouse log by getting shows recording. There's 2 clocks that are gonna be a part of this whole mission, and I won't tell you what the Remorse clock does, but the Lighthouse clock, it's important.
Yeah, the remorse clock is colored yellow. I can't imagine it's particularly nice when it's full.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Cool. Let me stop this recording.